Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into a world where over 200,000 robots work alongside humans.
Oh, 200,000. That sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
Right. But this is real and it's happening right now in Amazon's warehouses. We see those next day deliveries and kind of take them for granted.
Yeah, totally. I know I do.
But behind the scenes, a lot of that magic is thanks to Amazon Robotics. And for today's deep dive, we're using this Wikipedia article on Amazon Robotics as our guide. So are you ready to jump in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, so Amazon Robotics. It all started with, believe it or not, a single aha moment.
Really? An aha moment. Tell me more.
Yeah. Back in 2003, there was this guy named Mick Mounts.
Rick Mounts, okay.
And he had just come from working at Webvan, remember them? Like way back when they tried to revolutionize grocery deliveries?
Oh, yeah, Webvan.
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time, you could say.
Yeah. Big ideas, but the way they moved stuff around their warehouse is clunky,
Yeah,
inefficient.
right. I can see how that would be a problem.
And that's where Mounts had his big realization. He was like, hold on, this inflexible way of moving things around, it's not just a Webvan problem, it's an industry-wide problem.
Uh-huh. I see where this is going.
Right. And that's how Kiva Systems was born.
Kiva Systems, the company that eventually...
Which became Amazon Robotics.
Wow. So, like, before Kiva Systems came along, what were warehouses doing? I mean, I imagine it wasn't pretty.
Well, think of it this way. Back then, warehouses were basically giant libraries, but instead of books, they had products.
Okay, I'm with you.
And when an order came in, they had to send actual humans on these scavenger hunts to find the right items. Imagine searching for a specific grain of sand on a beach, except you're doing it for every single item in every order.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds pretty inefficient.
Right, and not just inefficient, but also slow, prone to errors, not to mention the safety concerns. Workers were constantly on the move, walking miles each day.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's amazing how much we take for granted, you know? Like, we click add to cart and...
And we expect it to just like magically show up.
Exactly. So how did Kiva Systems solve this? Did they try to, like, make the humans faster or something?
You know, that's the thing about Kiva. They didn't try to optimize the humans at all. They flipped the script entirely.
Flip the script. Okay. What does that mean?
Flip the script. Okay, I gotta ask, what does that even look like in an actual warehouse? Like, are we talking about robot arms grabbing stuff off shelves?
Not quite robot arms, but picture this. Instead of workers running all over a giant warehouse, the products come to them.
Okay, now we're talking. How does that even work?
So Kiva, they created these bright orange robots.
Orange robots.
Yeah. They kind of look like oversized hockey pucks.
Seriously.
And these robots, they're the stars of the show. They zip around the warehouse floor. But here's the thing. They follow this grid of barcodes.
Barcodes, like the ones on products.
Exactly. But instead of tiny little stickers, these barcodes are all over the floor. And get this. These robots, they can lift and carry entire shelving units. Kiva called them pods.
So instead of workers like weaving through aisles to find products,
The robots bring the aisles to the workers.
mind blown.
It's a total game changer, right?
Yeah.
So an order comes in, the robots use those barcodes to find the right pod, lift it up, bring it right over to a worker who's just chilling at a packing station. The worker grabs the items, packs them up, ready to ship.
That is amazing. So much more efficient. But those warehouses are huge. How do the robots find the right stuff without getting lost?
That's where those barcodes come in. Think of them like roads, but for robots.
Mhm.
The whole warehouse floor is mapped out, and the robots use the barcodes to navigate. Kind of like those robot vacuums people have in their homes now, you know?
Yeah. They map out your living room, right?
Exactly, except we're talking about a warehouse the size of, like, several football fields. It's a beautiful system, honestly.
Yeah.
Super efficient. Errors go way down because the robots are following those barcode instructions.
Oh,
Plus, it's safer for the workers because there's less need for heavy lifting and way less foot traffic.
see, this is what's so cool to me about this whole thing. We hear all the time, robots are going to take our jobs. But this isn't about replacing human workers at all. It's about humans and robots working together, like, in a smarter way.
100%. And the coolest thing to me is this wasn't just some one-off success. Kiva's system, it totally changed the game. Think about it. How many other industries are kind of stuck in this old way of doing things, moving stuff around?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Manufacturing, logistics.
Exactly. Even healthcare. Tons of industries struggle with this stuff.
Yeah.
So just like Kiva revolutionized warehouses, you could apply these same principles to all sorts of fields.
Totally. So Kiva's changing the game. Warehouses are getting a serious upgrade. What happens next?
Well, Let's fast forward to 2012. Amazon, always ahead of the curve, right? They saw what Kiva was doing, and they were like, we need this.
And they didn't just dip their toes in the water, did they?
Nope. They went all in, bought Kiva for a cool $775 million.
Yeah.
That's some serious cash.
I mean, that's a huge vote of confidence, even for Amazon.
Oh, yeah. It was a power move for sure. Amazon realized this wasn't just about making their own warehouses better. It was about dominating e-commerce.
Because if you can move products faster and cheaper than everyone else,
You win. And they were right. That acquisition wasn't just about buying some robots. It was about controlling the future of how things move, not just within Amazon, but potentially everywhere.
controlling the future. Okay, now that sounds a little ominous. So what did Amazon do after they bought Kiva? Did they, like, start selling these orange robots to everyone?
Not quite. They kept Kiva's tech pretty much to themselves at first. Remember those 200,000 robots we talked about?
Yeah, like their robot army?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Those are all descendants of those original Kiva robots,
Ah.
all working away in Amazon's warehouses.
Wow, talk about a competitive edge. But okay, gotta ask, what about the human workers? I mean, we hear a lot about robots taking jobs.
It's a big question, right? And it's easy to jump to, oh, the robots are taking over. It's more nuanced than that.
Okay, so what's the real story?
Well, yeah, some jobs have changed, but automation also creates new opportunities. Think about it. Someone needs to design those robots, build them, program them, fix them when they break, manage the whole system.
So it's not really about robots replacing humans. It's more about robots changing the types of jobs that humans do.
Right, and that's happening everywhere, not just in warehouses.
Oh.
Those routine tasks, the repetitive stuff. Yeah, robots are good at that. But it frees up humans to focus on more complex things. Things that require, like, critical thinking and creativity.
And adaptability. Got to be able to learn new things, which, hey, that's kind of what we're doing every time we record one of these deep dives.
Exactly.
Ha.
Always learning. Which brings us to a very interesting point. Remember how we said Amazon might be trying to control the future?
Yeah.
They recently unveiled a brand new robot, Proteus. And this thing is next level.
Proteus. Okay, what's so special about this one?
Well, remember how we talked about those barcodes on the warehouse floor? How those original robots now do?
Yeah.
Proteus doesn't need them. It uses super advanced sensors and artificial intelligence to, like, understand its environment. No barcodes needed.
So it can move around freely, go anywhere?
Pretty much. Adapts to changes, works alongside humans without, needing those safety barriers.
Oh, okay. That is straight out of a sci-fi movie. But that's the thing, isn't it? Technology just keeps evolving.
Faster than ever. And the implications are huge
Uh,
for everyone.
So for our listeners out there, the people who are hearing all of this and thinking, okay, cool, robots, but what does it mean for me? What would you tell them?
That's the question, right? No crystal ball here, unfortunately. But I think it's safe to say automation, robotics, it's going to reshape a lot of things. The key takeaway, don't be afraid to learn new things, to adapt, because those are the skills that'll set you apart.
Love it. Well, that was a fascinating deep dive, to say the least.
Agreed. Really gets you thinking about the future.
For sure. Big thanks to our listeners for joining us on this journey into the world of Amazon robotics. It's a world that's constantly changing, and hopefully we've given you a few things to think about. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.